Good morning everyone, and a big welcome if you're new to the channel, and welcome to the garden here in Neath, South Wales. Well, I think it's going to be a beautiful day today. It's still early morning, the birds are out, and I think what a lovely morning to have a look around the garden. I love stepping outside on a sunny morning, and this now is the view that greets me out the back garden. It's really grown well this year, and everything is looking really lush and wonderful out here. And last week Tony and myself visited the garden centre, and I came home with a few more plants, so I thought we could walk around and I'll show you where I put the new ones. I'm struggling a little bit for space, but I managed to get them all in. So the first new plants that I bought last week were these lovely Verbena Bonariensis. Now these are a really stunning plant, and it's beautiful small clusters of purple flowers, and these stems will grow up to a maximum of about 2 meters tall. Now they are a really wispy plant, and it enables you to be able to see through the plant so they don't overtake any borders. They're easy to split, and a really beautiful plant for adding interest into any type of garden, whether it be tropical style gardens, cottage style gardens. They really are suitable for all, and I'm hoping that next year these will grow up to show their maximum height. And I've been after one of these for a long time, so I bought two, as I haven't been able to find them in my local garden centre. But luckily, when we went to Pontarddulais, which is one that we haven't been to for a long time, they had them in stock there, so I just had to buy 2 of them. And they really are a beautiful plant, and I'm so glad now that I've got them in the garden. So the next plant that we bought is this beautiful Sorbaria Sem. Now I've seen these in other people's gardens locally to me, and I never knew what it was. So I come across it in the garden centre, bought it, then done my research after, which is something really that you don't want to do. And apparently this is quite an invasive plant, hence why I've put it in the pot. Now I really would like to put this in the garden. I've got the ideal space for it, which is just over that side of the garden there. And it really would fill up a nice spot there. But have you got any knowledge on this plant? Is it really aggressive? Does it really spread that bad? Because I really would like to put it in the garden. But a beautiful plant nevertheless. Deciduous, so it will lose its leaves in the winter time. But what a really stunning foliage on this plant. Looks a little bit like a fern, but it's not a fern. So what else did we buy at the garden centre? Well, remember the lovely agave? Well, this one we've just left in the pot, and you can see just there, if I look just underneath, that there is a lovely pup growing on that. If you call them pups, I think you do. Well, this one is just going to be left in the pot, overwintered in the greenhouse, and next year we'll put it into something a little bit more decorative. But it does seem to be liking the space here so far. And Tony's been after one of these for a very long time. Lavender has just been placed in a steel planter And I had this planter already in the garden and I wasn't using it. So I thought to myself, why not put it to some good use? And I thought that'll just give a lovely pop of colour now on the sort of entrance to the garden. Now, as you know, I really love my Tetrapanax plant, and this specimen here is now 3 years old. Now, the Tetrapanax is one of my favourite plants in the garden, and the leaves on this year have grown huge. This plant now is in its 3rd year, and when I bought it, it was sold to me as it could be a Rex. So I don't really know what species it is. It has got the long parts to the leaves, but does it really matter? I don't think it does. It's still a wonderful plant. And these are probably over 1 metre across now, these leaves this year. Wonderful. I love now being able to walk under the canopy of the plant, as this year now it's reached that height. But I did have a surprise this week, as if you look the other side of the pathway, just look at that there. This has just sprung up from nowhere, and I've measured it, and it's actually 7 foot away from the mother plant. So now we've got a pup. Lovely, but there's no way that that can stay there, so I need to dig it up. So I'm going to put some gloves on now, and let's have a look and see if this baby Tetrapanax has got any roots or a strange place for it to grow. So first things first, let's move a few of these pebbles out of the way. I couldn't believe that it's actually 7 foot away from the main plant. Right in the middle of a pile of pebbles as well. So let's have a look. I don't even know if it's going to have any roots. Oh, it has. It's got quite a few. And look at that. That is amazing. So I'm going to pop that into a pot. And put my little pile of pebbles back into place. So now, let's go and find a suitable pot. So he's now been put into a temporary pot, and I'm surprised just how big that is. So I'll keep that outside now for the moment, and then for the winter, I'll take it into the greenhouse. And hopefully, we'll have another plant. And I know where I'm going to put this next year. It's also sad now to see that the agapanthus are coming to the end and the flowers now are over. So it's time to trim back the stems and the old flowers. Now this year is also really strange. This is a Dahlia Seattle. It's a dinner plate dahlia, and these two flowers are on the same plant. So if you look at that one there, and then look at that flower there, that one's mostly just plain yellow, but they are actually the same plant. How strange is that? And I never knew that could happen. And the roses now are having a second flush, and they've really come out now with some lovely colour in the garden. The other plants that I bought were the little Goldstar Rudbeckia, and I've planted one right in the middle underneath the olive tree. I had to trim just a few of the lower leaves of the olive tree just to give it some light, but I think that really brightens up now the centre of the bed. And I bought two of these plants, and the other one I've just placed against one of the pathways. And the really bright yellow colour on these really brighten up the garden at this time of year, and it'll add a little bit of colour now, probably until the autumn time. Such a pretty flower. And it's warming up now quite a bit in the garden, and Vim has found a nice little shady patch just behind the Euphorbia. Now the other plant that I bought was the Euphorbia honey pot, and I've placed this now just behind the greenhouse where it's got a good 2 metre area now to grow, and that is looking as if it's settling in quite well, so fingers crossed. So tonight now I've really got to give the garden a good water, as it is quite dry, and it's lovely now to be able to walk underneath the plants, which is something that I've always wanted to do. And then out the other side to this lovely display here in this garden bed, full of ferns, and I'm really loving that verbena. So the garden now this year is on its 4th year. So 5 years ago we cleared it all, and then 4 years ago we started with the tropical style plants, and really it's a mixture of tropical plants such as the bananas and a lot of hardy evergreens, as they're the best sort of plants to grow in the UK, and they also give all year round interest. And just look now at that lovely Schefflera taiwaniana. Since I opened up this area here by trimming back the plants, that Schefflera is really loving the extra space. And everything in the garden now is really filling out well. Even the salvia purple and bloom have put on a few more flowers, as this plant only had one flower for quite a while this year, but it's definitely finding its feet now. So moving into the greenhouse, up the step, the tomatoes now are coming to the end, but we've got a few peppers still coming, and if you look there you can see that some of the chilies are now turning a lovely red colour. And if you enjoy gardening videos like this one, then I'd really love it if you'd subscribe to the channel, as this really helps the channel to grow. And every week I'll give you an update on how the garden is progressing. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.